Week 7 NFL Power Rankings. Let's go, Brandon. All right, at number 32, I have the New Jersey Jets. Someone needs to let the Jets know that the Patriots are no longer a dominant force in the NFL. Man, that is 12 straight losses to the Patriots. The last 4 are without Tom Brady. How you gonna let Cam Newton sweep you last year and now Mac Jones sweep you this year? I think it's time for the Jets to consider the XFL. The state of New Jersey will be just fine with only the Giants. So in this game, Zach Wilson leaves the game with an injury, and Mike White comes in and throws a touchdown on his very first pass ever in the NFL. The Jets offense looked very different with Mike White under center, but it was still just a different shade of terrible. This team is so bad. Number 31, the Denver Broncos. Yes, the Denver Broncos. Does everybody remember those 3-0 Broncos? Does everybody remember the 3-0 Bronco fans? You remember all the deflections they had with all the criticisms? You're supposed to beat the bad teams. That's what makes you a good team. No, man, winning football games is what makes you a good team. And you haven't done that since you beat the Jets, Giants, and Jaguars. The Broncos just straight up lost to a backup quarterback in Case Keenum and a third-string running back named D'Ernest Johnson on Thursday Night Football for everybody to see. Seriously, if it wasn't for the Jets, I'd say the Broncos are the worst team in football. How are you going to start out 3-0 and only win 4 or 5 games on the entire year? Because that's exactly what's about to happen. Number 30, Miami Dolphins. This game here was like the best case scenario for me as a Bills fan. Because I will stand firm forever that Tua is trash. He is not an NFL quarterback. But he comes out here amid all of this trade talk with Deshaun Watson and throws 4 touchdown passes. That's fantastic. Because now maybe the Dolphins will stop thinking about bringing Watson in. Maybe the Dolphins are stupid enough to think, hey, Tua is our future. As I said last week, this is a quarterback-driven league, and you have to throw the deep ball. And Tua cannot do that. He completed 80% of his passes on Sunday. That's fantastic. Stats, that's what makes this league, right? It's very difficult for you not to have an 80% completion percentage when you're only getting 9 yards per completion. Throw the ball downfield, bruh. Oh, you can't do that? Cool. I hope you stay in Miami forever so the Bills can whoop your ass twice a year, every year. Number 29, Houston Texans. How excited was everybody outside of Arizona when the Texans had a 5-0 lead at the end of the first quarter? But then the Texans showed up. Penalties and mistakes absolutely destroyed this team, including a Brandon Cooks drop that was just absolutely just awful. Very hard to watch. But I gotta be honest, you gotta give this team a lot of credit. They fought the entire game right down to the wire. Even after giving up 31 unanswered points, they were still fighting, still playing defense hard against arguably the best team in football. Good on you. Number 28, Jacksonville Jaguars. Jags were on a bye week and stayed at 28, which is where I had them last week. Number 27, Detroit Lions. As if the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough, wasn't shocker enough. The Lions then recover the onside kick immediately following that touchdown to give them the ball back. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? The Lions kicked a field goal after that onside kick and had a 10-0 lead before the Rams offense even got on the field. That wasn't enough for the Lions, though. Instead of punting the ball away, the Lions go for 2 different fake punts and convert both of them, putting the Rams on there. Here, look at this. Oh, my God. Not only did he get, look how many yards he gains. He goes into the Rams' territory. Absolutely insane. Well done, Lions. Now, with a chance to take the lead late in the game, the Lions are driving down the field. Is this even possible? Is this really happening? Insert Jared Goff. Insert Jared Goff interception in the end zone by Jalen Ramsey. Insert a perfectly depicted microcosm of Jared Goff's career and the Detroit Lions season. Let's keep the game close against a much better team and then fail to pull out a victory late. Fucking Lions fans, man. Check on them because they're not okay. Number 26, Carolina Panthers. You can take the man out of New Jersey, but you cannot take New Jersey out of the man, especially when he returns to the stadium that had him say that he was seeing ghosts. This motherfucker. Sam Darnold is absolute ass. And I used to say that because I hated the Jets so much. I knew that he was a bad quarterback, and I didn't think a change of scenery was going to do much for him, but I didn't think he'd be this bad. This motherfucker got benched in the fourth quarter by his new team. Now, I understand Christian McCaffrey is out, and that offense is taking a hit for that. But if Carolina doesn't trade for Deshaun Watson like all these rumors are suggesting, this team ain't going anywhere. Sam Darnold is poop. Number 25, Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, Jalen Hurts did not play a great game, but this loss was not his fault. This game was close. It was actually 7-7. The Raiders had just taken a 14-7 lead on a Josh Jacobs touchdown run, and as soon as the Eagles got the ball back, they fumbled it away. That's not Jalen's fault. Then when they came back from halftime, the Eagles decided to do an onside kick, which didn't work. Raiders ball. The Raiders go and score a touchdown to make it 24-7. So in between pass attempts, the last one that he had, it was 7-7. The next time he got to throw the ball, they were down 24-7. This loss is not on Jalen Hurts. It's also worth mentioning that the Eagles' forte, the strength of their team, is their defensive line. Their ability to stop the run. That shit was non-existent. Team needs some serious help. Number 24, Chicago Bears. The Bears. In a game that was very hard to watch. The Bears give away the ball 5 times. 5. You just can't do that to the reigning Super Bowl champs. Justin Fields continues to show that he is just not ready. He continues to show that he makes poor decisions. Like what? Where was this pass? Who was that to? It doesn't help that head coach Charles Nagy doesn't seem to want Fields as his quarterback. This team is a hot mess right now. They took one on the chin this weekend by the Super Bowl champs, and we just got to see how the Bears will recover. Number 23, Washington. Taylor Heineke sure is fun to watch. Whether you're rooting for Washington or not, he promises to be entertaining. But how many times can you fail in the red zone? Absolutely none worse than this shit right here. My dude, what are you doing? Get in the end zone. What are you? Gotta be so frustrated. The sad part is Washington outplayed Green Bay in this game. They should have came away with a win. But failing to score any points in 4 red zone trips, that's not just bad. That's sad. That is by no means NFL caliber play. Number 22, San Francisco 49ers. The Niners have lost 4 straight games and have not won a home game in over a year. In a wet, messy game on Sunday Night Football, Jimmy G returns to the lineup with 3 turnovers. Now, it's hard to judge this team based on this game because the weather was just ridiculous. I don't even know what an atmospheric river is. But the bottom line is the Niners need to do something to right their ship. They're 4.5 games behind the Cardinals after 7 weeks of play. Number 21, Seattle Seahawks. All right, so the Seahawks committed to the run and stuck to it. Even when it proved unsuccessful. How many times can you run into a wall of Saints defenders on 1st and 2nd down and then forced to have Geno Smith throw the ball on 3rd and long? I'm not feeling that game plan. Russell Wilson needs to hurry back or this team is in trouble. Number 20, New Jersey Giants. Missing Saquon Barkley, Kenny Golladay, Kadarius Toney, Sterling Shepard, all these playmakers. Daniel Jones decided to step up, put this team on his shoulders, played quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Good job, Mr. Jones. His mobility worked in his favor as he was able to move the ball at will against a pretty stingy defense in Carolina. Jones even had a badass catch. Not only did he make a nice catch, but he absorbs a hit. Like, I thought for sure he was concussed. What? Bam! Oh, man. And he got up. Look at it. So Daniel Jones played like a superstar on offense, and it was Leonard Williams on the defensive side who played like a stud. Giants defense stepped up, held the Carolina Panthers to just a field goal in an impressive win. I've been saying it all year long. The Giants are better than their record. This team is better than 2-5. Number 19, Atlanta Falcons. Yet another week where Kyle Pitts grows and continues to make a name for himself. This game got a little scary for a minute because they were up 13 late, and Matt Ryan decided to start fumbling the ball. Dolphins defense stepped up, actually took the lead, but at the end of the day, it was Matt Ryan that led the team down the field, connecting with, guess who, Kyle Pitts, to kick a game-winning field goal. This game was entertaining. The Falcons' offense is entertaining, and sitting at 3-3 is actually better than what I thought they'd be. Number 18, New England Patriots. The New England Patriots put up 54 points on the Jets for their 3rd win of the year. But before we all start freaking out that the Patriots are back, let's consider that 2 of their 3 wins are against these same Jets, and the other one was against another rookie quarterback. The Patriots sure did outplay the Jets on all aspects of the game, but how much is that really saying? Because at the end of the day, it's the Jets. Number 17, Minnesota Vikings. Vikings were on a bye week. I had them at 18 last week. They moved up 1 spot to 17. Number 16, Kansas City Chiefs.
Doing it's not style. I'ma pick you up in a Cadillac like a gentleman, bring it glamour
You gotta wonder how much of a distraction Patrick Mahomes' brother and his girlfriend are on social media. It's eerily similar to the way Juju messed up the fucking mojo with the Steelers last year. Patrick Mahomes is throwing the ball and playing like straight booty. Another interception puts him in a tie with Zach Wilson for most interceptions of the season. This is absolutely crazy because the Titans' secondary has been decimated with injuries. So you would think that potent Chiefs offense would have a fucking field day. Scoring 3 points against that secondary is probably not what anyone expected. This absolutely unrecognizable team is under 500 after 7 weeks of play. Now, I thought that the Chiefs were going to take a step back. I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Number 15, Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh was on a bye. I've got them at 15, which is exactly the way I had them last week. Number 14, Indianapolis Colts. You know, they say that you play down to your competition, and a lot of times you adapt to your environment. So in an absolutely disgustingly ugly game with the weather, it makes absolute sense that an ugly-ass quarterback like Carson Wentz shines. In a game that both the Colts and the Niners desperately needed, Carson Wentz pulls out a victory playing pretty decent, considering the elements. I suppose it's too bad that the Colts play their home games indoors. Number 13, New Orleans Saints. Alvin fucking Kamara. Bro, this dude came in as the leading receiver for the Saints with 15 catches. After 5 games, your leading receiver has 15 catches, and he's your running back. That says a lot about Jameis Winston and the game plan the Saints have had on offense. Well, Kamara had 10 more catches to pretty much be the entire offense for the Saints in a Monday night win over the Seahawks in Seattle. We do need to talk about how the Saints defense stepped up and absolutely destroyed the Seahawks in the second half. I'm still not sold on this team. I think Jameis Winston is booty hole, but they're 4-2 nonetheless. Good job, I guess. Number 12, Cleveland Browns. Once again, the Cleveland Browns rely on their run game to win a football game. But instead of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt doing their thing, it was third-string running back Dearness Johnson, who went the fuck off. The Browns as a team rushed for 182 yards in a much-needed win against the pathetic Denver Broncos. Number 11, Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr continues to stay on pace to beat Peyton Manning's single-season yard record. Derek Carr finished the game 31 of 34. That's over 90%. The Raiders lit up the Eagles despite not having arguably their best offensive weapon in Darren Waller. The Raiders spotted the Eagles a 7-0 lead after going and scoring 30 unanswered points, completely dominating the Eagles and taking first place back in the AFC West. Raiders seem to be back on track. Let's see how long it lasts. Number 10, Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers were on a bye week. I had them at 12 last week. They move up to 10 because that's what bye weeks do. Number 9, Baltimore Ravens. This is by far the most Jekyll and Hyde team this year. Just last week, the Ravens held the high-powered Chargers offense to barely over 200 total yards and then proceeded to lay an egg against the Bengals this week. Just last week, I was praising their ragtag running game, and this week, that same group shits the bed. 29 rushing yards from their running backs. They get absolutely destroyed and embarrassed by the Bengals with first place on the line. I can't figure this team out. I don't want to figure this team out. Number 8, Cincinnati Bengals. Statement fucking win. With the AFC North lead on the line against Baltimore, the Bengals come out, cock over the Ravens, and take a shit on their faces. This Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase connection is becoming a legitimate, scary option. This is nuts. It's week after week they are doing this to opponents. Before this game, all the experts were saying the Bengals are nice, they're 4-2, but they need that statement win. Statement fucking win. Number 7, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills were on a bye week. I've got them at 7, which is exactly where they were last week. Number 6, Los Angeles Rams. It's hard to lose a game when you're 9 of 13 on third downs. Despite all the tricks that the Lions had up their sleeves, the Rams pull out a victory against a winless team. It wasn't pretty, but a win's a win. Sitting at 6-1, the Rams are looking pretty good. Cooper fucking Kupp continues to dominate. He has another 10 catches, 156 more yards, and 2 more fucking touchdowns. I mean, it wasn't a good look trailing to a winless team in the fourth quarter, but good teams pull out victories like this. Number 5, Green Bay Packers. So the Packers win a game and move to 6-1, despite being outplayed by Washington. Recovering a fumble on a huge strip sack was arguably the turning point of the game, play of the game. I don't feel that the Packers won this game. I feel that Washington lost it. But it is worth mentioning that these 1950 throwback uniforms that the Packers were wearing were straight fucking fire. Number 4, Tennessee Titans. Dominating win over the Chiefs. When you have a 27-0 halftime lead against the reigning AFC champs, a week after you beat the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football, this team is on a fucking roll. This team is legit. Even with their banged up secondary, they continue to win big games. Fun fact, Derrick Henry had more touchdown passes in this game than Patrick Mahomes. The only question that needs to be asked about this team is, how the fuck did they lose to the Jets? Number 3, Dallas Cowboys. Dallas was on a bye. I had them at number 2 last week. They dropped the spot because of the 2 teams that are above them. Number 2, Arizona Cardinals. Yes, I get it. They're the only undefeated team in football, but that doesn't make them the best team in football. Are they playing well? Sure. Took them a little bit to wake up for this game. They looked like absolute poo-poo in the first quarter, trailing the Texans 5-0, but luckily, they were playing the Texans. Cardinals went ahead and scored 31 unanswered points and ran away with a game that they should have won. My favorite part about this game, Zach Ertz, whom I've been a fan of for many years now, gets his first touchdown with the Arizona Cardinals. Look at all that green grass. Touchdown, Zach Ertz. Number 1, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, this team is scary good. Missing Gronkowski? No problem. Missing AB? No problem. Bucs didn't miss a beat. In a dominant performance, the Bucs steamrolled the Chicago Bears to move to 6-1. Mike Evans had 3 touchdown catches, one of which was Tom Brady's 600th career touchdown pass that he gave to a fan. Look at his face. Oh, I gave the ball away. What a dick. Then they had to go back and get the ball back from the fan. It was nice of the fan to give the ball back. I wouldn't have done that shit. But because the Bucs offense looked so damn good, their defense was so overshadowed. They forced 5 turnovers from the Bears and held them to 3 points. I hate to say this shit, man, but the Bucs are looking Super Bowl bound.